Hi all, welcome back. More Conflict of Heroes. Solo Campaign 1, Mission 1, Behind Enemy Lines. This is part 5. So same day as I recorded the last part, just got myself a bit tangled up there at the end, and I was a bit not sure of where I was going, and so I stepped back and thought about it a bit more. So let's just push on. I was trying to carry out the AI in a 0DM hex closest to a target. Warriors move towards cover closest to target. And then first of all, this is the AI that's closest to a target. And remember, we've no mission objectives, so we've just got units or targets in this case. So that is the target that's closest, but we've got to find the cover that's closest to that target. And there's one here and there's one here. They're the two closest. Anyway, I couldn't work out a low risk move towards the cover. First of all, I went and asked the question. Hopefully it's come across all right, because it didn't sound like it was coming out right. But in my head maybe, but not in the words when I typed them out. But hopefully, first of all, I understand that. Like I say, this becomes a target, not the unit. The cover becomes a target. Now, what part of my question is, do we just randomise between two closest covers that are, there's more than one closest cover? How do you decide between the two? And then it's a kind of 3-part question. I think there's 3 questions to it. Maybe I should have brought it across here and read it out. So that's one part of it. How do you decide which cover it is if there's more than one? You would think to just randomise it. However, then what I wanted to do was also, do we still give this unit consideration? Does this still influence the move? And remember, the move is the AI in the 0DM hex closest to a target. Right, that is deciding what the AI is and what the target unit is. So that's the AI, that's the target unit. But then the instruction is to low risk move towards the cover that's closest to that target. What I need to know is, are we still influenced by the fact that is a unit? And that's what I started thinking about once I switched off and I started thinking about it a bit more. And I think maybe the intention is that there is still influence that is a unit. We're trying to move to the cover that's closest to that unit. But it's relevant to the move, because if it is still relevant, then I would say that my thought and my move into here was probably the right choice. That's got the other part of the question was, if this does influence the move still, do we then take that into consideration deciding on what cover? And you can see there right away, if I had randomised between these two hexes and it randomises to that hex, then that unit cannot move round the flank because this is its target. So if it randomises to that hex, yes it can, but it still needs to get influence from this unit, because I can't move into the flank of some wooden buildings, unless we know what the front door and the back door is. So I can't do that without the influence of this unit still. And that's what my question was trying to come across to. So I haven't got an answer. I've only just posted it quite recently. So just before I carry on, I also got another reply back from Lewis, but it wasn't quite 100% clear to me. Scott had said something else as well. I thought he'd writ some wording out. I'll come back to that one, because I don't have it in front of me. It seemed to be that Lewis was saying that the situation furthest from the unit that acted, it would have been, I think I did get it right, I chose the furthest from the closest to the unit that was just acted, and I chose that one. So it looks like, but I've sort of asked again just to clarify that that's what he was meaning, because it wasn't quite 100% clear in his answer to me anyway. Again, that's just me probably, but okay, so how are we going to resolve this? Well, I've got a question out there asking about that, but again, I'm not going to wait. So I've decided that can't make the walrus move towards the cover closest to that unit. So we're then looking for the next closest, and we come across 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy here is 4 away. This guy is 1, 2, 3, 4 away to that guy. And however, this guy, who still can be considered, is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Now, you might say, well, if he can't move walrus, move towards that one's closest cover, can he do it to that? Well, yes, he can. And here's why. The closest cover to that unit, and let's just say we're going to randomise them. Let's not say that this does have any influence, and we're going to randomise them. His closest cover is this hex, which is 2 away, this hex, which is 2 away, this hex, which is 2 away, or this hex, which is 2 away. So if we're randomising them, or you know what, it doesn't really matter about randomising them just now, but I'm assuming that's what we'd have to do. This unit, by moving from here to here, is not moving into fire zones, he's moving into cover. By moving into there, he becomes 1 hex closer to that, which is considered his closest cover, that, and that. So he can actually make that move. Now, let's look at the other units. Well, there's one of the other ones there. What's the closest cover for that unit? That, and that. Again, by him moving in there, he's going to become closer to all of them, all the covers, before I've even randomising that. So he can make a walrus move too. And finally, this guy here, the cover for that guy, the closest cover is a bit more simpler. Well, it's much simpler. It's only the one. Because this is 1 away. This one's 2 away. This one's 1 away. So that guy would want to move towards that. He can quite easily do that by moving in there. And he's 1 hex closer. He's not... Well, remember, line of sight's only 2 hexes at the moment because nighttime rules, but he's behind that building as well for that. So every one of the AI can actually make a walrus move. So how do we decide between the 3? Yeah, the reason I was looking first was because I don't want to randomise between the 3 and find out one of them can't make a walrus move. So they can, so unfortunately I'm not going to have to know the answer about how you choose the cover, if it's random or not, because like I've said to you, every one of them moves, if that guy moves there, or if that guy moves there, or if that guy moves there, they're all doing the right thing. They're all moving closer to any one of the bits of cover. And I've got to assume to randomise it, but it'd be interesting to know, because if it is relevant to if the unit does have influence, then my take on that would take the closest cover towards, but then again, like I say, I'm starting to make up rules there, haven't I? The closest cover that's in the unit's flank, so that we're moving towards his flank. I think you get what I'm trying to say, but... So I'm going to randomise between these 3, kind of hoping it doesn't turn out to be that guy, because then I'm worried about. But if it does, it does. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll get that guy the 5, 6, right? To see which of the closest AI is going to be the actual AI that we're going to use. Okay, I rolled a 2, so it's going to be the guy over here. And again, like I say, this one's slightly simpler. So that is the AI. Oh, no, he's not in a 0 DM hex. Why did that? Okay, it's not him. I forgot. The instruction is the AI that's in a 0 DM hex, closest to. Right. In actual fact, there's somebody else as well, isn't there? Because he's in a 0 DMX as well, and 1, 2, 3, 4 away from him. Okay, well let's just step back and okay, so he can still do it. He can do it because he is in a 0 DM hex. So is he, and they're 4 away. These 2, and bearing in mind there's 2 units here. They're both 1, 2, 3, 4 away from that. And again, it'd be quite, because his closest cover is going to be that hex there. and they'd be quite happy to move there. It's not moving into his zone of a fire zone because of the nighttime rules. So it would class as a low risk move towards that cover. So is there anybody else then? Was it this guy maybe? It was this guy, wasn't it? Yeah, he's in a 0 DMX, 1, 2, 3, 4 away from that. Well, actually, he's 1, 2, 3. Oh, is he 5 away from that? 1, 2, 3. No, he's 4 away from that as well. There's loads of them. Okay, same cost to move. I don't think you consider the dogs as being a priority because they're going to get to move 2 hexes. The AI with the lowest cost to move, that's still the same cost, isn't it? Even though he gets a bonus move. So I don't think we can. So again, I think we're going to randomise now between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different units. Is that right? Yeah, they're all within 4. Okay, and let's just pick the unit first. So I'm going to say this is a 1, the NKVD is a 2, the dogs are a 3, that is a 4, and that is a 5. And if we roll a 6, I'll re-roll. Okay, roll the 4. Let's say it's that guy in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's that guy. Right, we got it this time, Grant. Hopefully. So he's in a 0 DN. So he's the AI that's in a 0 DN hex closest to a target, right? So, and then the instruction is Loris move towards cover closest to that target. So the cover could be here, 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 or here. But by him moving, like I say, before we even get to select one of them, well, yeah, you know what? Because he could move into here, couldn't he? 1, 2, and then be 3 away from that cover. He's closer to that cover there. No, he's not. He's not. So, in actual fact, I think I need to find out which is the cover. And here's the thing: the way I look at it, and maybe this is something that's just left to yourself in Rule 42 it, that you would move towards his flank still. The unit that was the target, you would still consider the rules about moving towards his flank. But that's what I'm asking. That's the question I'm asking. It might come back that somebody says, no, you still actually consider this unit as the unit that you're trying to get, around. But it's not. I'm not sure I'm going to get that answer, actually. I'm not sure. It's maybe just one of the ones that's left to yourself to decide. It's just that obviously if this turns out to be the cover, then he'll move into that hex. If it's any of the other covers, he'll move into that hex. So okay, I'm going to randomise between the bits of cover then. And we'll see what we go. Hopefully my question gets some interest and maybe explains something that maybe I've not thought about. Maybe the unit, because I kind of thought you forgot all about the unit and just looked towards the cover. But when you see some of the moves that the AI wants to make, you wonder if it should still be considered, like I've said. Anyway, so I'll say, what have we got? We've got 2 bits, haven't we? So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let's randomise between the 4. Right, I need to re-roll. Right, I've rolled a 1. Because I rolled a 6 first time. So I said 1, 2. So that is a piece of cover that we've randomised to. So it's quite simple. He's just going to move into there. He's not... Yeah. Because that does not get him closer. So, as does not that. So that does. And that's fine. Yeah. So after all that, we've come to a conclusion. Whether it's the right conclusion or not, I still think back up there that maybe there was something in that, but I think that's you looking at the rules that aren't maybe in the rule book, Grant, and you're just, that's maybe where you want to rule 42 at. Yeah, that's what the guys are saying right now, Grant, just rule 42 at into there. And say that you're trying to move into the unit's flank. Right, checking a 1 for this guy. And we'll try and get moved on a little bit. 5, right. Okay. I'm hopefully just get one more part done here, and then I think that might be me for the night, because I'm working again in the morning. Okay. So back to us. What are we doing? Well, we've got 2 options. This guy up here, but again, I'm just going to wait, because if he does get a normal move, he's right in there, and then we get a look at him, etc. This guy is in the open, but remember, line of sight. If flares were on, is there another flares? Oh, the next step in the track's flares. I don't really want the track moving though. Right, so, well, we can't take a shot. We took a shot with that guy the last time. So, you know what? I'm going to move on. I'm going to try and move him up towards this guy, because he's spent. So I'm going to move him in there for 1. Checking a 1. We get a 1. Well, okay. Well, he got a little bit. Didn't really get that far, did he? We don't have caps. The 2 cards we've got, we do have a command action card. We've got the rapid deployment, move 2 hexes, yeah. Well, actually, that costs 0 to use. Move a friendly unit 2 hexes over passable terrain. Yeah, but that's all very well. I mean, I could move 1, 2 into their adjacent, but then I've no caps to maybe take the shot on. So, well, we've got a command action card as well. That would be split between turns though, so I'd have to use 1 turn to use 1 card, then the next turn to carry out the attack. But that seems a bit much, eh? Right, well, it's not your turn now, Grant. You're spent. So back to the AI. 5 plus units less than or equal to 4. It is not. It's more than that now. So what have we got? We've got counter actions. Well, we didn't pass and we didn't fire. So no. Anything that can fire? No. So no firing. Largest group of mobile AIs closest to a mission objective or unit. So skip that mission objective part. Lowest move to odds. Well, interestingly, the largest group is going to be the NKVD and the dogs. However, this is a move that I think is fine, because the dogs get to move to, mind you. Well, let's have a look at it anyway. So they're certainly the largest group, I think, aren't they? There's nothing else kind of linked up, is there? No. I mean, they're stacked on top of each other, so they count as a group. If they were like that, they would count as a group, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. If they're stacked, that's fine as well. The largest group of mobile AIs, and they are mobile, they've both got a cost of 1. Closest to a mission objective, closest to a unit, lowest move to odds. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the closest to both of the units. The problem is... if he uses his bonus movement, he's not going to be able to low risk move 2 hexes, because then he's going to be in the fire zone, isn't he? I mean, the NKVD unit can easily low risk move towards them both by just moving into that hex, or that hex, depending on what unit it is. It's just that the dogs won't be able to do that. Do we forgo their extra bonus move just to be able to do that, or the fact that they're moving as a group, do they get the bonus move? Are they able to split off? Well, I think what I'll do is I'll just move them both into separate hexes and not do the bonus move. I'm not 100% sure how to deal with these dogs and whatever, so I maybe should have just left them out. But we've done it now anyway. Right, so they're as close to that, so They're looking for the spent unit first, then the hit unit. Well, they're both spent, not hit. Unit closest to mission objective. No, so randomly. So they are going to move as a group between this guy, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll the 4. Right, so it's the guy on the right. So they can get closer by moving here or here, and they're not going to be any issues because line of sight's only 2 hexes. So let's just say that he moves there and that moves there. I mean, well, hang on, 1, 2, 3. I could actually bonus move the dogs into there, and it's not within 2. And that they have got closer from there, because they'll be 4 away there. If I move them into there, they're 3 away. And they're heading towards his flank. Yeah? I think he'll want to turn his face in. You know what? I'm going to bonus move the dogs then into there and turn them like that. Okay, I know I'm starting to like do things here that I'm just kind of sort of guessing, but yeah, like I say, I maybe shouldn't have used these. So the cost of that is just a check on a 1. However, if we draw a 1, they're both going to be spent. And I'm not sure as a group if they can split up like that. I don't know. I think they started as a group, so can't they not just move like that? I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. Right, so we're checking on a 1, so I kind of could really do with a 1 right now. And we don't get it, we get a 3. Right, so it's back to us now, but I think we might want to pass. Well, hold on though. If we pass, and all revealed AI within 3 hexes of units are spent, well, that's not the case, is it? Because these are not spent, they're within 3 hexes of a unit. So if we pass, he's not going to pass. However, yeah, I'm kind of not wanting him to pass. Well, either or. I mean, I'm still hoping for that situation, but... And we do have that command action card up our sleeve. If something was to move adjacent to us, we could use that. I mean, the only unit I can do anything with is him, and yeah, you might say, well, why not get him moving, Grant? But, you know, why have him sitting up there? Nah, I think I'm going to pass, actually. Right, yes, I'm going to pass. So it's back to them. Oh, and the track's going to move twice, so it's going to skip the flares. Aye, my, I've never seen this mission track moving as quick in these last 2 scenarios that I've had. Okay, so... Oh, well, hang on. Did you count the units, Grant? There's quite a lot. Nah, it's no 16, though. 17, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's only 10. So it is less than or equal to 16. Track's going to move twice. It's going to skip over the flares. And it's going to score a victory hex and shuffle order cards 1 and 2 into the order deck. Oh, goody. And then place an RE. So he's going to score 2 victory points because there's 2 control hexes. That's him up to 6. We're getting slaughtered again, aren't we? And then it was cards 1 and 2. So there's cards 1 and 2 command order cards. And we're shuffling... Well, I need to shuffle the discard pile for that then. So I'm going to shuffle them into the deck. Shuffle order cards 1 and 2 into the order deck. I suppose it didn't technically say the discard pile there, Grant, but I've done it now. I just think that was an automatic sort of reaction, but, well, that's maybe not a big deal, is it? I've done it now, so there's that I can do. Right, and then we're going to... Oops, sorry, I was looking down there. Then we're going to place the RE situation. So that's a roll the dice, isn't it? And see what... see where we place it. So that's up on that track. So I'll just roll this off off camera. I rolled a 5. So that's what's one away down. Oh gosh, that could be bad. So we're placing an RE on the 5, and then a no enemy counter goes in the cup again. Is that right? Pretty sure. Just looking down at the rules. Yeah, once an RE counter has been placed, then add a no enemy counter in the rumoured enemy cup. Right, and we do have an RE available. So it's number 5, which is just to, that's going to be, in fact, we're going to reveal that right away, I think. I think it's here. E11, I think. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so, well, that's going to get revealed right away. And that's going to stir things right up. So we've not dealt with the cards yet. This is moving the track on. However, that is adjacent. And it's in a 0 DM hex. So if the X is already occupied, reroll, but there's no, it's not a problem with, there's not a problem with that. So, okay, so I'm going to reveal an RE. I'm going to take that one there. Oh no, dear. It's a rifle. I want to say he's going to face like that then. This is all going wrong, isn't it? Because they're now going to shoot. That was horrible. That was a poor roll of the dice getting that 5. Anywhere else, I think, and it wouldn't, well, it certainly wouldn't have been as bad. Well, actually, one of them was going to, a 3 would have been in there, which would have been almost as bad. Right, okay, well, let's get on with that. So we've got some short range stuff now. And they're going to fire, clearly. He's got the choice of firing at both, so how do we pick? If more than one eligible AI, no. If the eligible AI can execute an attack order against multiple units are equally distant away, so it's easiest to hit, so the lowest DV, they're both the same units, aren't they? However, that guy's in a +2, and that guy is not, so he's going to fire on that, So fire, no caps involved, so it is going to be 3, plus the 3 is 6 against 12. Yuck. Get that in there maybe. So 6 against 12. And that's a 7. Yep. So that's another hit to us. Hit counters. We have pinned. So Rally's on a 7, but he can't move now. I suppose it might have been worse, but it's not good. Right, and we check this guy on a 4, and just surely, hopefully, he's going to be spent. Oh, no. The amount of times they've got away with that on a 4 and pulled a 5 or a 6. So what do we do now? We do have a command action card. I could take an attack on him. I think I'm maybe going to try this. Because we are getting 7 against his 12. I think I have to. 7 against his 12. I need a 5. And if we just get a 9, then we'll have reset things. I've no caps, so can't do nothing there. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't matter which unit I use, does it? No. So I'm going to play this command action card, take 1 free action. Any cost, we're going to get this guy firing at him. So it's 4, plus the coast range bonus at 3 is 7 against 12. He's not in a defense modified hex. So we need a 5, but, well, we really need a 9. Here we go. Stop. Not that it might matter, but that guy's muzzled. Now, we're going to be muzzled as well, so I said it didn't matter which unit we used. That might matter. Well, maybe we're better using him because he's in a defensive hex. Yeah, and he's not hit. So the fact he's muzzled, no, it doesn't. I think that wood's in front. It's not. Why would you use anything else to fire anyway, Grant? Everything else is spent. Your only unit that's not spent is way up there, and he can't fire him. So yeah, we're going to fire at that guy. 7 against 12. And I'm going to use that unit. Because he's going to get muzzled next, member. And that means trouble. Right. 7 against 12. Need a 5. Need a 9. Right, here we go. Oh. Well, okay, we got the 5, but... really wanted a 9, but I suppose that could have been worse. Wasn't the best rolls. Right, so a hit marker for Ham, staying face down is that, and that muzzle flash is going to move across to that guy. Yeah, which will have some effect. So no checks for that, because that was a command action card we used, so it was a free action. So back to them. Yeah, draw a card. Yeah. Oh, you're having a laugh. Did I not say it? No, I think I said there was 10. Have we added anybody? Oh, we did. So I think there's 11 now. Oh. And I'm just looking at that next step on the track. Look at missing an action. Replace a German unit in the Rumoured Enemy Cup with a no enemy counter. Soviet AI receives 1 victory point. And no, we don't want the track to move by 1. And the next time it does move, we kind of want it to move by 2. That's horrible. Right, so 10, well, let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we've got 11. Right, so we can relax. Well, so the track's not moving. Yeah, of course, I'm forgetting we've still got this guy in short range, haven't we? Because he didn't get spent. So it doesn't matter about the muzzle and all that. Oh, he's going to rally. Short range instruction first is to rally. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I hope he doesn't make the rally, and I hope he gets spent, but it's still better than me, because I think he was going to probably take that guy out. So we need to check what this is first. Stunned, he wasn't firing, look. So he can still rally, attempt rally. It's not an automatic rally, it's an attempt at a rally. And it's going to be a 7, and he's not in a DM hex, so it is going to be a 7. Let's leave that on top then now. I'm hopefully going to be putting it back underneath him in a minute. But this, you never know. Well, I feel like they're getting all the die rolls just now, so. So yes, 7 or greater, here we go. Well, yes, okay. These dice are loaded, eh? The AI loaded them up. Okay. Well, I suppose that could have been an attack on one of us and a 12 again, but... Right, so he's now not hit anymore, and I've burnt out. I've no caps, I've no cards that could do anything. Hopefully he's going to draw less than a 5 here. Well, a 5 or less, because his rally attempt cost 5. It wasn't a blue card. So he has needed to, so he does a spent check on a 5. So come on. Right, okay, if that had been a 6, the table was going over on end. Nah, I wouldn't have done that. Okay, so he's spent. We can remove the muzzle flash. He did not fire, no, he rallied. That's back to us. Yeah, I'm going to pass now, I think. It's just... Yeah, I'm going to pass. So back to him. So recording, yeah, I keep looking at it now. If AI plus units less than or equal to 4, no. So nothing up close, because this guy's spent now. Counteractions. We passed. So we passed. The revealed AI within 3 hexes of unit are spent. Well, no, they're not. If the player passed and the revealed AI within 3 hexes of units are spent. This guy's within 3, this guy's within 3. So is this. Well, that one's spent. These 2 are not spent. These 2 are, but. So they're not going to pass. So, what are they going to do? There's not a hit AI, no. AI closest to target, lowest move towards. Okay, well this time, because it's not talking about the cover, this time I'm making the move with this guy. Well, actually, is he the closest still? I think he is, yeah. So he's 2 away, and these guys down here that are moving in are 3 away. 3, well, he's spent. So there's nothing else that's 2 away, is there? No. So he wants the lowest move towards this guy. Now, this time it's different. He's definitely lowest moving towards him. He's in the target's front arc. He's not in his fire zone, but he's in his front arc. And yeah, what I mean is he's not on his flank, right? And he can't lowest move into there. We know that. That's the only hex that would get him closer to the unit. So he can't do that. However, he can move into the target's flank. He's still not, well, wouldn't matter. He wouldn't be in his fire zone there anyway. So that's where he's going to move. I'm giving him that one. Yeah, we've done it 2 or 3 times already, and I'm comfortable with that. I feel like, I mean, if like I say, the only way I would not do that if the designer tells me that that's wrong. But everything I've read tells me that that's allowed. So sticking with it for now. That's a checking on 1. That was a lowest move. Checking on 1. He's still going. You see, so now, I mean, if he lowest moves again, or even moves, he moves into there. Actually, not technically true. He would. I'm not sure. He would maybe move into there with a normal move. Lowest move into there. Anyway, we pass. Or do we? Because he's getting a bit close now, isn't he? Maybe we should. I mean, we could just move away. I mean, if I pivot towards him, then he's not going to lowest move into there. So, but then, yeah. I'm just going to take my chances, I think. Because if he does lowest move in, we'll reveal it. We've still got a chance of getting a German unit or a no enemy, maybe. And then if we don't, if it is a Soviet unit, I could then pivot. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pass. It's back to them. If the I plus units less than or equal to 4, no. There's more than that. Counteractions, well, we passed, but yeah, the same situations. True. There's not all the revealed units are within 3 hexes of units are spent, so we're skipping by that. Hit AI and the 0D on the hits. There's no hit AI. Unhit AI closest to the unit just acted. Fire. No unit just acted. I don't think they can fire anyway. Unhit AI closest to a spent unit. Move towards. Okay, that's going to happen. Unhit AI closest to a spent unit. Well, mission objectives don't come in it. Right. So the unhit AI. Oh. Yeah, no, he's going to do. It's going to be that guy, isn't it? Because he's still within 2, and these other guys are 3 away. So it is him. So, and it's just a normal move towards. Unhit AI. The unit's not spent. That's what it is. Damn. That's annoying. Unhit AI closest to a spent unit then, because he's 1, 2, 3, 4 away from a spent unit. And we've got better down here. Because this is 1, 2, 3 away. This is 1, 2, 3 away. 1, 2, 3 away. This is one. This is spent. Right, forget about that. Well, actually, this is 1, 2, 3 away from that as well. So a few options here. So, well, we know this. We know it's a spent unit. We don't need to find the unit. We need to find the unhit AI between this guy, this guy, this guy. Was there somebody else? No, because he's 4 away, isn't he? Yeah. So him, or him. So how do we get that one again? If more than one eligible AI is equidistant. Yeah, more than one eligible AI. So an unhit AI, and then the lowest cost to move. Like I say, I'm not going to consider the dogs thing. So they're all unhit. They've all got a 1 to move, so it's going to be randomly. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rolled a 6, so it's the RE. Which I'm kind of glad about, I think. He's just going to move into the building, I think, isn't he? So he is unhit AI closest to spent unit that we've randomised to. That's his target. He's going to move towards. Yeah, he's going to move into the cover. That's fine. No, I was going to say he's going to get revealed, but he's not, because he's not in a 0 DM hex grant. Although he is now in range to be able to fire himself, which would reveal him and etc. Okay, that costs 2, so he's going to do a check on a 2, so kind of hoping that might, because he moved into the wooden building, check on a 2, back out, withdraw on a 3, yeah. No wonder if I should react now. No, I think just wait. If he's going to fire at this guy, he's in a building, so his defense is 13. Just don't want one of these situations where it's a German firing at us again. Okay, I'm going to pass. So the AI go again. Yeah, his push units less than equal to 4. It is not. Counteractions, we've got the same situation, so it can't. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot about the second part of the counteractions. Mind you, we've not fired. The second part is AI closest to a unit that fired. I don't think I missed that. It's been a while since we've fired, so I think we're alright with that. Fingers crossed. Well, there's no. Sorry, there is a fresh unit, but we didn't add to a unit, we passed. Hit AI, there's none. AI closest to a target, Oris move towards. Well, yeah, it could be the guy's going to move now. He's going to get in position. However, this guy's as close now, so we need to take that into account. I get the feeling he's not going to be able to Oris move though. So, this guy can Oris move into here. Because although he's moving into short range, he's going to be not in his fire zone. That's right, isn't it, Grant? Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, I think everybody's in agreement with that one. Hopefully, but if I was to, because I've got 2. If I was to Warris move with this guy, I cannot. There's nowhere I can move. Not technically true. You can move into here, Grant. That's the way you're playing it. So the other guy, some other people watching may disagree, but because that moves into that guy's flank. This one moves 1 hex closer, but I don't think I can decide that this is a unit because he's moving closer yet. I think I still need to, if I know that both of them can make a Loris move, I'll then randomise between them. I think that's only fair. That's how because moving into there. Hang on, no. I thought this was blocking it, but it's not. That hex goes up the spine. So if I move into there, I'm moving into his fire zone. Yeah, so I cannot do that. Because right now, well, you can. Tricky one. Because he's also in a DM hex. But I know I can't move into there. That achieves nothing. But then, does that not achieve nothing as well? No, it doesn't, because it's moving into his flank and he would be our target. So, yeah, well, hold on here, Grant. You're in a fire zone at the moment. You'd be moving out of his fire zone, but you'd be moving into his fire zone. Yeah, so I don't know how I break that one down. Right, I went on pause there and I can't remember where I was at, so give me a second. AI closest. Yeah, AI closest to a target. Let's move to ours. This guy's going to move in, isn't he? Yeah, I was talking about the possibility of this, but oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because these are both as close. But to me, this guy's not in a fire zone and he can move in there closer and not be in a fire zone. Whereas this guy's in a fire zone, he can move in there and not be in his fire zone, but still be in his fire zone. So hang on then. Does that rule that guy out? I think it does, doesn't it? Even though he's moving into that guy's flank, I think it still does if you consider he's in a fire zone. He will move into a non-fire zone hex. Well, he can't do that. He'll move into a fire zone hex at the same or higher DM as the starting hex. Well, that rules it out, doesn't it? Because he's in a +1, that would be moving into a 0. So although he is moving into his flank, yeah, I see that one. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So that is going to be the unit, and he's going to move in there. And that is a low risk move. Checking on a 1, it'd be good if he got spent here. Oh, hang on, we're not drawing yet. Because we're going to reveal this guy first. Well, I don't know what I'm hoping for here. Right. Well, we're getting that one there, so that's a no enemy. So now we don't need to check for spent. I think I'm probably quite happy with that, actually. Yeah, I think that's a good result. Okay, so no spent check. That was them. It's back to us, right? Well, we can get this guy moving now. Well. Yeah, I'm going to move him into this building, turning him that way. So that's going to be a +1 to the move, so it's going to be a 2. Again, just trying to bait that guy in so that we get a look at him. So check on a 2, and we draw 1. Well, there we go, that's our... Yeah, that's bad. Okay. So back to the AI. That's us all spent now as well, so they're going to have a field day now. Reshuffle after this, put the discards on top. And what we got, nothing up the track, nothing up close, because it's a green card. AI mortar, infantry guns, none of them. Can anybody fire? Yes. Yeah, that RE can fire. Everything else is 3 away, I think, or at least 3 away. But this guy does have line of sight to this guy and this guy. Both are in. These are wooden buildings, aren't they? Just looking at them again and wondering. Oh, don't tell me. Well, we moved in there and checked and we got spent, but I'm just looking at that. I mean, that kind of looks wooden, but the two either side, and that one in particular maybe looks... Where's it? I might need to get my original out for that. Stone buildings. I mean, it's clear that these ones down here are stone buildings. It seems like a bigger, you know, this and this for that matter, although it's a bit different looking, isn't it? But I think you can just... Where's my original play rate for that? Because it might show it up a little better on the actual play rate. Because that was a printout I'm looking at. Here it's here. Yeah. I don't know. Look at these here. Just oops. These two here. I mean, that's clearly a wooden building. Is that a wooden building? I kind of just assumed that they were. I mean, they've got different colours, but they're not stone, Grant, are they? But then, well, hang on. Yeah, because if you look at that hex down there, yeah, I think it's just a different shade, isn't it? Because that maybe you could say maybe looks like stone, but it's not. I think they all are. I think they're all wooden buildings. Yeah. Stop it, Grant. Stop it. You're fine. So what was I doing? I think we were looking at the card, weren't we? Yeah, AI furthest from the lowest defensive value unit, fire. Right, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to work out who he's going to fire upon, I suppose. Well, if it is him, and he's the only one that's within 2, like I've said, that's fresh anyway. So he can fire on either one of them, so we've got to find out what he is, haven't we? That's right, isn't it? If I look at RE, it's like, I think that's a fire order. Yeah, RE is revealed. Remember, if this is a German, he'll still carry out the action. So, here we go. Right, that guy there. And it is. Another rifle gonna probably wants to face that way because he's got him and then the other 2, doesn't he? Right, so who's he going to fire at? If he can execute an attack order against multiple targets, the one that's easiest to hit, yeah, of course, Grant. So he's a 12, well, +1, he's a 13, and he's a 13. So they're both 13s. The hit unit, there's none of them. The fresh unit would be next, there's none of them, they're all spent. The unit with the highest attack rating, that's going to be this guy. So it's going to be our Pioneers. So he's firing at the Pioneers. However, he is only a 2, and he's not getting any bonuses. So hopefully we can... Actually, it's 2 against 13. Okay. Well, if he's an AI, he doesn't take this shot. However, that would be amusing if I rolled an 11 or a 12 right now. Yeah, because I think we're still going to roll the dice on this because it's as if it was us taking this shot. I don't know. It's quite interesting that that's came up, but so it's going to be 2 against 13. So he needs an 11 to hit. Please don't do this to me. I'll roll the dice. If I roll an 11 or 12, I might be going to find out about this. I might be asking more questions. Right, so an 11 at least. Right, okay, it's 6 at first. I thought, oh my god. Right, so by all means, let me know your thoughts. If that shot should have been taken or not. I kind of just feel like it probably should, though, because... Okay, we're recording. Yeah, I pressed the button there. So that was the AI though, wasn't it? Well, we're passing anyway. There's nothing we can do. We thought we had the fresh unit, but that was just for a brief second or two. Yeah, so okay, we pass. Right, I'm coming to a close soon anyway. If AI plus units less than or equal to 6, it's not a blue card again. And by the way, if it is a blue card, this guy's firing mind. He should have a muzzle. However, that was for their turn, and then our turn we passed. Yeah, so it's off again. Yeah, there's more than 6 units. Fresh EI less than fresh units. No, still got all the RE. Well, we've not got anybody fresh anyway. Hit EI, no. EI closest to hit unit fire plus 1 cap, so nobody can fire now. Nobody win 2, so AI closest to target and move towards. Right, here we go. AI closest to target and move towards. So he's 3 away from both of them. He's 3 away from that. He spent. That's 4. So it's these 2. Yeah, okay, so it's these 2, and our targets could be that or that, depending on. Well, we've got to pick the AI first. So, I always need to look at the book for this, but more than one eligible AI is equally distant. Right, unhit and then lowest cost to move. And again, I'm not counting the fact that he gets to move twice or anything like that. That's not what it's asking. So it'll then be randomly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 4. It's the hounds. So they're going to move towards, and their target is this, and it's not a low risk. It's going to, and he gets a bonus move, so it's going to be 1, 2. He's ready to pounce. Yeah, bonus move when he's in the open. So he can't attack though. He needs to move into close combat. Okay. So that's just a check on a 1. We get a 6, so he's fine. Well, that's going to be interesting because now if I get a short range action, I'm not going to, because there's never one that says move, does it? Well, if you can't fire though, Grant, you just skip the action. Right, okay, we pass. So they get another green card. So they do have short range action of sorts. They don't really. So can that guy fire? No, he can't. Because remember, he's got to be range 0. Yeah, we can. The only way he's going to be able to move into hex is if we get a move towards. And he won't be able to do it in a low risk move towards. Yeah. It's a bit odd, this situation with the dogs, and you can see why it might have been better just to leave it. But okay, so we can't fire. He doesn't need to pivot, and he doesn't need to rally. So we're going on to counter actions. Well, there's still fresh units within 3 of our units. Fresh AI within 3 of our units. We didn't fire, so no counter actions. AI closest to target, low risk, move towards. Right, well that doesn't apply to the dogs because I mean he's already in the flank. He does not need to go into there. No. So who's the next unit that's closest to then? It's going to be this guy. Can he low risk move? I don't think he can. Well, yeah. He's 1, 2, 3 away from both of them. He's the next closest in line. right? So can he Walrus move towards any of the 2 units? No, I mean, the only... Well, no, he can't, right? Because he's not in a fire zone. He needs to have a DM hex, doesn't he? If he's not in a fire zone, he moves to another non-fire zone hex. Well, he can't do that. Yeah, I don't see that move heading towards the target's flank, but you could argue it. You could argue it. There's people shouting at their screens right now, saying, no, you couldn't argue it, Grant. Stop being stupid. Because he's 1, 2, 3 away. Well, we know he can't move into any of the 2 because he's going to become in a fire zone. He could move into that hex. Then, if he got a low risk move again, he could move into that hex. If he got a low risk move again, he could move into that hex, getting closer. If he got a low risk move again, he could go into there. Well, assuming that wasn't there. So you see, not so comfortable about this one this time though. I have to say. So if he's not in a fire zone, he'll move into another non-fire zone hex. Then he will move into a fire zone hex that has a DM. Well, he can't move into a fire zone hex as a DM. He could move into another non-fires. No, he can't. No, he can't, Grant. Yeah, he could. Because that's not in a fire zone, because it's 3 away. So he could do that. However, when the movement hierarchy, what is he doing? What is he achieving? Is he getting closer? No. Is he moving out of a fire zone? He's not moving out of one. No. Is he entering a defense modified hex? No. Is he moving towards the enemy's flank? Yes. Kinda. Well, he is. The only way for him to low risk move into that guy's flank, if that's his target. Now, that's true, we've not achieved. And in actual fact here, hold on. See if I move into that hex there. I am then in that guy's flank. Am I not? Yes. However, no, I've moved further away from him. I'm 1, 2, 3. If I move in there, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't do that. Yeah. So that would have to be my target. I don't know if I want to take this one on. But then you're just doing the same as what you've been doing, Grant. You are just moving towards the flank. You're staying out the Oh, and you know what? I wish I had took note of this. This was the designer, it was a comment. It was from years ago. Yeah, it was an old comment. But basically said, oh, you're going to botch it though, aren't you? You're just going to say what you think it said. Oh, that's bugging me. Give me a second. Yeah, there it is. I mean, okay, again, a lot of years ago, 2016, but from the designer. I'm not going to read what the whole topic was about. It's about low risk movement. The title is eligibility for low risk move. Where is it? So the designer makes a few replies. However, his last sentence here I thought was interesting, and he's basically, I'll read it out. So he says, low risk moves are all about increasing a unit's defense. If you just look for the move that will do that without moving it further from its target, that is what the AI will do. So it's all about increasing its defense. I mean, is that increasing its defense? Okay, maybe this is slightly grey in that area. If he was there and moved into there, is that increasing his defense? I think so, because then, well, mind you, that's more straightforward because he is out of that zone of fire, isn't he? Yeah. But the designer's quite, he's talked about moving towards the flank a few times. And He says, yeah, there's another comment from him. He said, again, I need to read it. Also, a unit can move adjacent to an enemy if it's not within the unit's arc of fire. That's fine. But yeah, this works as well, because it carries on. So the AI adjacent to an enemy will move on to an enemy's flank if it can. Alright, that's the one if it's adjacent, isn't it? But you can see what he's saying, what it can move into the flank. Yeah, I don't know with this one. Well, where are we again? Right, I need to get this wrapped up now. The usual, when you want a nice quick finish. But then I kept having another couple of turns, didn't I? And they were all quite simple. So it is this guy that's next in line, isn't it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and he's got to decide between the two. And if that's his target, he cannot do it. So that can't be his target. Yeah, so that can't... No, it's not. That can't be his target. So that would have to be his target. And the only move that I can see him making is there. But that's just it's not good enough. But I'm saying that it's been what you've been doing, Grant, moving towards his flank. Meh. Are the moves I've been making different? Have they been moving into cover? They've not, have they? Last time I moved, yeah, but I wasn't in his fire zone, was I? This time I'm in the fire zone and I'm staying. No, I'm not in a fire zone, Grant, because of the night rules. So technically, yeah, this isn't in a fire zone. He's going to move into another non-fire zone hex. It's there. He's not moving further away, but he's moving towards the guy's... I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I don't feel quite as comfortable about that one for some reason. I don't know why. It's just what I've done before. Because if he gets a low-risk move again, he does move into the guy's flank. Then he moves in there, and then he moves in there if that guy's not there. So I'm going to do that. So it's an actual move 2. And yeah, maybe that is a wee bit controversial. But again, I like this idea about moving around the flank. That's what they want to do. And although he's not in a fire zone, he's in his arc of fire. But once he moves in there, he's then not in the guy's arc of fire. But you're not just making up rules here yourself, Grant. Because it doesn't talk about arc of fire, it talks about fire zone. Okay, I'm going to do it. I need to get away anyway. So it's going to be a check of 2 because he backed up. So that could be the downside to it all. He does, however, draw a 5. Okay, I'm going to call it the arc, so I'm just over an hour and 10 minutes. And yeah, that's going to be me for tonight. Not so sure. It might dry up a bit now, but I've had quite a lot put in the last couple of days, so shouldn't really be complaining. It's good though still. Yeah. Oh, I did get another reply from Lewis. I got them again. Whether it's just me, but regarding the furthest from situation, I don't know if he's picked me up wrong or not. He started talking about group actions. I never mentioned group actions, so I'm not quite sure if he's read something wrong or if it's me that's put something down wrong. So I've asked him to elaborate on that one. The other one, he replied to me, the other one about the cover, about how close, if there's multiples. Again, his answer left me wanting to ask a little more to just confirm, but I get the impression that he means that you would use the AI movement hierarchy to move towards that cover if you could use it, but if there wasn't any change in that, or was a no favoured hex, then you would randomise. However, he didn't really state, because I was asking about the unit being influenced, if the unit had any influence on it. And just give me a sec, just in case he might have responded again. No response to that. So we'll leave that for now. I might come back with something else, and yeah, well, I've dealt with all that now. Okay, right. Like I say, it might be a little while before we get back to the table again, but no doubt we'll be back at some point soon. Okay, cheers.